Song. How should it be? Like song gimmick. Nope, that's Hot Pockets.
I think that makes it great.
Bob Evans.
I think that's a great sting right there. Song gimmick. That's Hot Pockets. And then the show starts.
Song Gimmick. Welcome to Song Gimmick. I'm Kyle Hyman here with my brothers, and we'll introduce ourselves so you can hear our voice if you're listening on podcast only. This is on YouTube as well if you want to see our faces, which I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but to each his own. I'm Kyle Hyman, and I've got some podcasts that you can find over at kylehyman.com, as well as a podcast network that I'm helping with at spokestreet.com. Cory, we're doing in chronological order. It's not that Cory's my favorite brother or anything like that. We're just go from oldest to youngest.
I mean, I'm okay with it. I've come to terms with it. Cory's my favorite brother too, so we're even.
I'll take. I'm Cory Hyman, creative director here at Likeable Art. We do video work and consulting, theatrical productions. We do all kinds of stuff.
Theatrical productions.
That's what I'm working on today. So
I like it.
And I'm Ty. I'm the youngest of the brothers, and I do some podcasting and work at Sweetwater as well.
LikeableArt.com, Sweetwater.com. We've got lots of domains that you can go to visit. But today for Song Gimmick, I've got a song to see. I don't know if this will be super obvious. I think one of the two, I don't know which one, but I think one of you would know what the song gimmick is in this Beatles song. It is Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Any guesses?
Go ahead. Yeah, I don't know if I can think of what I'm like going through the song trying to figure out what it is. I feel like there might be something right after that chorus, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and then like what happens right there, right after the word diamonds. That's what I would want to listen for, but I don't actually know what it would be. I don't know if there's like a little instrument or something like that going on. That's where my head goes.
Okay.
Is there a key change in that one?
No, but there is a tempo change. But it's a weird tempo change because it also happens with a time signature change. And it's just kind of fun. But also the whole song was not done to a metronome. So the whole tempo kind of evolves throughout the song. So at the beginning of the song, it's 131 BPMs, and it speeds up to 144 BPM by the time the chorus hits. Then at the chorus, it switches from 3/4 time to 4/4 time and drops from 144 BPM to 94 BPM. All right. So here is...
That's a big change.
Yeah. So here it is, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Actually, another thing to point out is the drums are in the left channel and the bass is in the right channel. So here's an example of that. All right, so did you hear it?
The gimmick?
I heard the song. I don't think I heard the panning.
I think we're getting a mono feed.
This software, we're just getting a mono feed. Yeah,
all right, so it starts in 3/4 time in the verse and goes to 4/4 time in the chorus. Let's start with that, okay? 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. The energy shift is really kind of fun. I like it.
And I feel like the fact that it switches time signature and tempo makes it feel like it's still the same like tempo.
Okay, so there's a guy on YouTube, David Bennett Piano. Have you ever followed this guy?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? He breaks this song down and some other Beatles songs down, and it's fascinating. So if you go from 94 BPM to 144 BPM or vice versa, the ratio is almost 2 to 3. It's 2 BPMs off of that. And so that 2 to 3 is basically that transition from 4/4 time to 3/4 time.
So I was right.
So it's almost the exact same tempo, but just in a different time signature. If you'd write the whole song as 3/4 or at 4/4.
And they were doing all this without a click.
Right.
They're just doing it.
Just
so the fact that they're only two BPMs off is pretty
really
crazy.
And starting off not at that tempo. They started off at a completely different tempo, got to that tempo, switched time signatures, and kept that tempo.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So what do you think was intentional and what wasn't?
I think it was all intentional.
I think that's a big question with the Beatles is how much did they understand music theory and stuff like that? And how much of it was just, this sounds good, so let's do it this way.
Yeah. I think there's a little bit of both, but that's insane.
My favorite Beatles quote is them asking if someone asked them if they thought Ringo is the best drummer in the world. And they're like, he's not even the best drummer in the Beatles.
There's a video of him figuring out time signatures. Mm-hmm. And he's like, he didn't understand at all. He just had to figure out how to make it work with what like George Harrison was doing. Yeah. So there's two more examples from the Beatles. Here Comes the Sun is the craziest. And that was the one where Ringo is just trying to figure out, how do I do this? And he's like, okay, if I go dig it, then it will match up. And he's like, I have no idea what he's talking about. It's like 7/2 or whatever. But this is what sounds like it works. And I'm not even going to do Here Comes the Sun because it's crazy. You have to watch this David Bennett piano video. But
link in the show notes?
Yeah, I will provide a link in the show notes.
There we go.
But We Can Work It Out is another example of this time signature change from 4/4 to a waltz, which I would have said 3/4, but he says it's 6/4 for 2 measures or 3/4 for 4 measures. I don't know the difference between 6/4 and 3/4. So here is
twice as much.
We Can Work It Out.
Oh man, they really like
it says
enhance
time.
That. They
right when he switches time signature.
Yeah. So if you're following along at home and you're like, I don't know what I'm listening to, it's 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4.
What would make them feel like they needed to do that? But it still works and it's good.
Yeah, it just he like wanted to put a waltz in there. I just
wanted to.
Let's put a waltz in there.
I can never decide if knowing more about music makes your music better or just knowing nothing. You know, it goes back and forth. I feel like you need collaborators, some that know music and some that don't, to really come up with something unique and different. I showed, I don't know if it was you or it was another musician friend. In high school, I wrote a song. And like, oh, I really like how it turns. Whoever I was showing it to, I really like how it turns from 4/4 to 3/4 time in the middle there. I had no idea. I mean, I never took a music lesson or anything like that, and wrote this song that goes back and forth. And I couldn't have named it. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't have brought up an example of another song doing that or anything.
You could have been in the Beatles.
I just needed to be the Ringo Starr and be the worst drummer in the band.
All right. So how do you evaluate?
Not the worst, just not the best.
How do I evaluate it?
They put that waltz in there for the same reason System of a Down put the keys on the table, because they wanted to.
I give this a 3 out of 4.
Okay.
I see what you did. I'll give it a 6 out of 8.
All right. Well, on that note, the Beatles do creative things. I think it's a fun song gimmick of changing the tempo and or the time signature. Doing both, that's just fun.
Yeah,
but I guess maybe they did change the tempo because it does sound the same.
In the second one, did the tempo change in that one too? I didn't notice.
I don't remember the breakdown.
Feeling the same.
Because the one thing about back to Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, I would have counted that as a measure. So the way that David Bennett is counting the measures is slowing it down. I would have said it's speeding it up because I would count twice as fast. So it goes 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, it's 1, 2,
right.
3, 4.
Which is accentuated by those drums there. That 2, 3, 4. All right.
Yeah.
Fun times.
All right. That's been another episode of Soul Gimmick.